John Fitzgerald Kennedy, son of Massachusetts and of Harvard College, who as an undergraduate demonstrated his perception in a scholarly analysis of the clouds gathering over Europe. In the war that followed, he distinguished himself in action. Experienced legislator who represented his state in both houses of the Congress. And now, as our 35th president, he devotes his intellectual and political abilities to the service of his country. Respectful of fact, open to new ideas, wasting no time in the vain pursuit of simple solutions to complex problems. He carries the heavy responsibilities of his high office with energy, with patience, and with courage. We salute him today as a leader of our nation. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the regents of the university, I confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Laws, and with it all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. President, Governor Brown, Dr. Pauley, Chancellor, members of the Board of Regents, members of the faculty and fellows, students, ladies and gentlemen. The last time that I came to this stadium was 22 years ago when I visited it in November of 1940 as a student at a nearby small school for the game at Stanford. And we got a much, I must say, I had a much warmer reception today than I did, or my host prayers did on that occasion. In those days, we used to fill these universities for football, and now we do it for academic events, and I'm not sure that this doesn't represent a rather dangerous trend for the future of our country. I am delighted to be here on this occasion, which, though it is the 94th anniversary of the Charter, in a sense this is the 100th anniversary. For this university and so many other universities across our country owe their birth to the most extraordinary piece of legislation which this country has ever adopted, and that is the Morrill Act, signed by President Abraham Lincoln in the darkest and most uncertain days of the Civil War, which set before the country the opportunity to build the great land-grant colleges of which this is so distinguished a part. 6 years later, this university obtained its charter, and in its first graduating class it included a future governor of California, a future congressman, a judge, a state assemblyman, a clergyman, lawyer, doctor, all in a graduating class of 12 students. This college, therefore, from its earliest beginning, has recognized, and its graduates have recognized, that the purpose of education is not merely to advance the economic self-interest of its graduates. Our distinguished and courageous Secretary of Defense, our distinguished Secretary of State, the Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission, the Director of the CIA, and others, all are graduates of this university. It is a disturbing fact to me, and it may be to some of you, that the new frontier owes as much to Berkeley as it does to Harvard University. This has been a week of momentous events around the world. The long and painful struggle in Algeria is coming to an end. Both nuclear powers and neutral labor at Geneva for a solution to the problem of a spiraling arms race, and also to the problems that so vex our relations with the Soviet Union. The Congress opened hearing on a trade bill, which is far more than a trade bill, but an opportunity to build a stronger and closer Atlantic community. And my wife had her first and last ride on an elephant. But history may well remember this as a week for an act of less immediate impact, and that is the decision by the United States and the Soviet Union to seek concrete agreement on the joint exploration of space. Experience has taught us that an agreement to negotiate